get this kind of filled as full as I can, these others are really going to outstretch it, and I will have suffocated this one too much. So this will be the last time I tuck this one. The others, I might have to tuck a little more. They grow a little faster. This Branson's veg is just a little slower. Let's get in here. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to move these onto the floor, get my coffee out of here, which I do not need right now. And I'm going to address this cover crop real quick. Here, the cover crop that went through the canopy. If I didn't address this, it's going to start to wrap itself up under my grow light, wrap itself around the plants, and it can actually suffocate them a little bit. It's not the end of the world. A lot of people do let these literally produce peas up in their canopy, and it doesn't bother them. Some people, it really bothers them, and they don't like vines at all. I'm going to go down here, and I'm just going to top this. And this is actually going to go back into my bed as a chop and drop. The cover crop's really healthy in here because the amount of nitrogen we added in here. They don't normally add significant amounts of nitrogen to their soil recipe. Rather spoon feed it with aminos or by top dressing later. But this cover crop, after that soil test and the amendment, it is crushing it in here. It's looking really good. All the cover crop, look, it's just everywhere popping. It's got the moisture right in here. So I'm going to do a little bit of smashing. I've done this before on the other 30 gallons. Part of animal husbandry, if you follow the holistic land management method, holistic decision making, animals would do, what the cows would do, what they're supposed to is trample all the cover crop down, eat a little bit, go to the bathroom, provide some manure, and then they would move on. And so I'm just going to kind of slow this cover crop down, and then I can add my top dressing in here if I were to. Because I'm not, I'm just going to let this do its thing and make sure there's no vines that are wrapping, nothing in the back that's getting out of control. I love this cover crop. I'm going to keep the diversity in it, but if you go pull your vines down, it'll make it super easy on you before it gets late in the flower. Okay, so there we've got everything smashed down. That'll give it a little more time to have to rebound and do its thing. Now what I've got to do is tuck, and I have decisions. Essentially, we look up here now, I've got open quadrant here, and that's about it. Other than that, this is full. I could start to defoliate. You can see like this leaf right here. See how it's blocking? And now this is going to get light. That's part of what I have to do today besides just tucking is remove some of these big leaves that are going to block some of the lowers from actually jumping up and coming to the screen. But before I do that, I'm going to tuck them all. So right here, this is perfect, but I want it to go more this direction so I can fill this empty part of the screen. Same thing here. I just go right here, pull it under the screen, pull it over, pull it over. And then I want to be gentle, like this is the top. It's a little bit stiffer. I don't want to just pull and snap anything, so I'm going to be gentle and pull it underneath the screen like that. Okay, the more I do that, the more flat this gets in here, the more plant material crams up into the screen, the more tops there are going to be when I go flip to flower, which means the more big bud size. That's my main goal. So besides pulling these underneath the screen and getting it flat again, I'm pulling them the direction I want them to go, so I'm not crowding all the colas in one area. I can also go completely out and have buds on the side here that I can then kind of twist tie to the sides or support like that. And so it doesn't have to be just inside the scrog screen. Once I've pulled them all, then I'm going to go de-leaf any leaves that are blocking them from continuing to grow through the screen. All the lower ones that I want to come up and become tops are the ones that are going to be replacing it where I bend the tops. Okay. Go around the back here. So here's where I could probably go outside now. It's just so tall. So if I put it over there, it's going to want to hold itself. Maybe these tops will actually come up and I can keep bending this way. I might just go to the left with it. Right there. That looks pretty good. It's okay if this one's not fully tucked under. Like I mentioned, it's a slower stretcher. So I want a lot of these lowers to jump, but I don't want to fully suppress the top. Now sometimes if I've got a top over here and a top over here, instead of them like crowding them out, I'll cross one top back over this way and one top over this way. So even though they're in different spots, it's underneath the screen and it's still filling the screen, if that makes sense. Got a lot of big leaves I'm going to have to take off, I can tell. But for the most part, we're getting it nice and tucked where it's underneath the screen everywhere. Try not to poke myself with bamboo. Let's get this fully tucked. I'll pull a few leaves off, then I'll go into the next quadrant. See, this one's going to make it up to the top now. That's great. I'm going to leave those leaves on, let it use all its energy to get up. Where this one that's really going far, I'm just going to bend it all the way under. These will shoot up a little bit, give me some more tops later. You can see it's all pretty much flat. I'm going to push these as far as I can. And then if they pop back out, it's fine. In another day or two, they're going to grow further, and they'll be able to hold their tuck. They'll be taller. And that's fine. But look under here. See how I still have some of these suckers? You see right there? That little new branch is going to try its hardest to just put out a whole branch there. I'm never going to get good flour off of it deep here underneath the canopy. So I'm just going to use my fingers and pinch that off. Since it's under here, and I'm trying to stage my work, I know this will probably be pulled off later. I'm just going to pull the lowers and the suckers off. So anything way below the screen here. Now see how this one's probably not going to make it up? Here's another trick. I can move this one up, straight up, and now it's already to the screen. And the other branches will hold it there, and it'll become a top on its own, especially if I remove these suckers to give it more energy to shoot straight up instead of growing these side branches. So I'll do that right now. Here's some lowers.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. A run here for the rookie. It's Brian Robinson. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. Able to avoid him at the 40. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move out of the bag, you hope for more than 4 yards, but hey, 4 is what he got. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On play action, it's Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Wentz. And this one is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some 7 yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
Good job, good job.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Come on,
Play clock
man.
down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Good looking out, cuz.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Again, it's Elliott, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cowboys at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and
Good work,
they'll be
good
pretty
work.
well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said,
Oh, that was my pick.
Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
I ain't hit that.
So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
Wentz now on first down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
What the
And it's
fuck?
knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Wentz. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 40 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I ain't have my shit set.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
No.
Going for Hilton.
Come on,
it's
Dak.
Intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Yeah, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down throw for Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb.
Lucky on that one. Ah, no wonder my motherfucking controller.
After one.
Controller just died. That's what the fucking problem is, man.
So, that's it. That's the top dress. I normally would come back in here and top water just a little bit to kind of glue this together and saturate it. I'm going to take plain water, and I'll probably add a little bit of root-wise bio.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Controller. Hold tight.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down.
No,
second and right at a
get
yard.
the fuck out of here, man.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy.
Right now,
Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, come on.
Shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away.
Man,
it'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Carry now for Elliott.
There we go.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. Able to keep to Dotson. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On play action, Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now on 2nd and 16, Wentz.
Oh, still got it all wrong. Good shit.
A huge play there for Washington. And even 50 yards. They'll run with Robinson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
As large as the air attack has gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll try to run it with Gibson. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sly able to put this one through. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Prescott.
Oh.
Incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
Commercial break. All right, let's roll. We gonna do what we do, motherfucker.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first. Again to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down picked up by T.Y. Hilton. Now in his 11th season, you have to wonder if we're seeing the finale of a decorated career. 4 Pro Bowls to his credit. He still believes he has a big year left in it.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A first down carry by Elliott.
Big baby.
Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Dak Prescott with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3.
Still play some defense, fellas.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure,
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Washington. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down. With one big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
You want to blaze up.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Oh, you get rid of it? Damn, that blower.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 of the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allowed a conversion, and that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, Prescott. This is caught by Hilton. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A very solid gain of 27. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It's a keeper with Prescott. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown.
Damn, we
It's
should have
back
picked
to a
that
one-score
field goal.
game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
In motion, the tight end. Now Wentz. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing again on second down. Wentz looking deep downfield. And it'll be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Throwing now is Wentz. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
Now Wentz again. Going right back to Dotson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Back to throw, Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
105 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Oh, nice move. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Meanwhile, Dak's throw here pulled in by Hilton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. To throw, Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
No, good game. Damn. Good game, Cole. Fuck.
And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Heartbreaker.
So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Washington, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.
bad decision right there. I'm hurt behind that.